It's said that a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. But when Rachel Osbourne set out to establish a foundation in support of cancer patients, only one name seemed fitting. It's been 10 years since Rachel lost her mother, Althea Rose Ann Charlton Osbourne, to colon cancer. But her legacy has only grown in that time. With the Althea Rose Foundation set to become a reality, Rachel set out to tell the story of the woman who inspired it.
We made sure we enjoy ourselves before the children. See, it took 3 years. We decided consciously, I guess, we planned it everywhere. We'd take 3 years for ourselves before the children came about. So one of the things, I guess, 1983, I think it was. That was before we were married. We went to Trinidad Carnival. We spent 10 whole days in Trinidad Carnival. I remember that in those days, their Juve Mass started at midnight and go right back till the next midnight, so 24 hours. And after about 12 to 6, if you want to call it that, about 5-6 hours of jumping up. When we reached there, we were so tired we went and slept on some table in one of the rooms that they had. So that was good. It was a fabulous 10 days. Okay. I guess the next best would be the firstborn that she got. Yeah.
From far away, Keith Duncan and his family are the picture of normalcy, but he still feels the loss of the sister who meant so much to him.
We were talking on the phone late one night. I was still at UF, I was at UF working on PhD at the time, and I remember her calling and we were talking, and you know, she took me through the whole thing. You know, how they didn't know what was happening, thought it was anemia, and then found out later after some tests that it was colon cancer. And then she told me not to tell Mom. I was thinking about this last night too. And I remember as soon as I hung up the phone, I called a friend of mine in Jamaica and had him go to the house so that when I did call Mom, that she would have somebody there, so she would, you know, freak out alone. I remember whilst we were talking on the phone, I was Googling colon cancer to find out all the information I could about it. Yeah, I was hoping at the time that they'd caught it early enough, but then as I read more and more, I realized if they catch it at the point where, you know, if they catch it at the point where hers was caught, that was pretty late. I was still hoping for the best. I miss her a lot in the sense. I feel it was just the two of us. You know, I mean, I have other siblings too, but the two of us grew up together, and you know, I keep feeling like, boy, it's me alone now. You know, when she was around, then to be me and her in the sense of anything to be taken care of with regards to Mom or anything like that, you know. Because she was a very caring daughter too, you know, she tried always do something. She, you know, sometimes she'd promise more than she could deliver. She always did that. But it wasn't because it was because she wanted to do more than sometimes she could. And you know, I always felt, well, if there's anything to take care of, you know, and is here, you know. But, you know, she's not.
It was while working here at the Bank of Jamaica that Althea met many of her closest friends. Some of those, like Josette Bryan, remained a constant at her side, even as the cancer took its toll.
I have been at Bank of Jamaica since 1976. I cannot right now remember exactly when it was that she came to the bank, but we had a spiritual connection, and Althea was always a very special person to me.
As Althea's illness progressed, Jessette reflects on how their spiritual connection gave her strength, offering up this Bible verse as a prayer for Althea's recovery.
I was really hoping and very positive, praying that God would have, in His will, seen it fit to make her well again. And it was really, really devastating for me. And I just never at that time pictured losing her at all.
It was unbelievable because it was hard to accept the fact that somebody who was so alive was facing that challenge. It was very, very surreal, pretty much. It was pretty difficult too because you watch the entire process. You watch that courageous battle that she put up, still maintaining that smile every now and then in the entire process, still thinking about her kids. It was really remarkable in spite of the sadness that surrounded the entire experience. So I saw it. It was really, really touching.
Well, she was a very caring child. Very. I didn't have any problems with her. She listened to me, and she wasn't someone that talked a lot, but she acted, she did what she had to do, and did well. Not a very happy or happy-go-lucky, not a happy-go-lucky person, but she still had her nice ways. Smile and take care. She was she take very, very good care of me even before I needed it. But she was that sort of a person, very good at heart. In the morning she died. I went into the room as usual, around her husband's room, to say hi to them and so. And she wasn't lying near to him. He had his hand across his face, his eyes. And I went and put my hand on her legs saying good morning. It felt cold, very cold. And I knew something was wrong. I sat on the bed and I put her head in my lap and sing for her. And she died right there.
In the time that she spent, her purpose was fulfilled, and that's when she was just called home, because she really accomplished quite a bit in that time. I know it's hard. It's hard to lose a friend. It's hard to lose your mother and, your spouse and all of that. But in the midst of life, there's death. And I believe that her memories live on. When I see you guys, I'm really so pleased that you made it. You've passed the worst and you're still doing well. You and Robin are just beautiful, just like her, just as pretty as she is, or she was. And I believe that her time was well spent. Gone too soon, a little young, a little too soon, but her time was well spent.
So much stuff for
The Althea Rose Foundation continues Althea's commitment to family, providing support not just to cancer patients, but to those closest to them. Through information, donations, and volunteer support, we aim to offer a sense of stability during the most trying of times.
I used to spend a lot of time with them. I used to stay over on weekends. I used to spend practically the whole time there, while Rachel was going nursery, and after nursery she was going to school. So I basically lived with them. You know, it was an awesome time. But I missed a great friend and a great sister, and I wish she was here, because I know our kids miss her greatly. And you know, losing a mother is not a nice thing to any child.
And I live on the memories that we had. We were very close. So it's not the easiest thing to talk about, but it's something that happened to other people, happened to me as well. And it will happen to people coming, not even yet born, but as long as there is life, there is also death. So we have to try to be strong.
She really was family oriented. She cared about her family. Her family was first, and she really didn't make you feel excluded either, because her friends and anybody, and it's not like people who had to give or people who were in. She always looked out for those who were the outcast, you know, the underdogs, that kind of thing. That's how she is. That's how she is. I remember her singing. She always humming this little song.
Which song?
I'm no classy lady, but I'm a woman. I'm no classy lady, but I'm a woman. Yeah, she was. You know, there was never a dull moment with Althea. Always had something to do. Always had a plan. We were always going somewhere or doing something. You know, had some really good moments, good memories of her, and those I think are what I still reflect on, because I wasn't at the burial or the ceremony. So this is what I usually use as my I still remember her being alive and active, very busy, you know, getting things done, you know, always on the go, always have something to do. But so I remember her mainly.
Purpose of the endeavors that are set out for this foundation, I think it's really noble. It is aiming to do something that I think is very, very necessary. That kind of support that is lending to people going through this very difficult period of time. Of course, a lot of times the emphasis is on finding a cure and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes the people actually going through those challenging times are somewhat, for want of a better term, overlooked. So I think that the objective of this foundation to focus on that is really, really good.
Getting the story out there will create more awareness, and in that way be able to help people more effectively. So I really think it's important that this story is told and reaches as many people as possible.
Because she is our inspiration for everything that we're doing to try to help people and help families that are going through the situation that our family went through and our friends and family watched us go through. So